Here's why you play Helcurt, the Shadowbringer in the jungle. First off, he has insane burst damage, allowing him to instantly eliminate squishy enemies with his deadly combos. His high mobility helps him rotate quickly, making him one of the fastest junglers in the game. Helcurt also counters crowd control with his passive, silencing enemies who try to disable him, making him one of the fastest junglers in the game. Additionally, his vision-denying ultimate creates chaos in fights, giving his team a major advantage. However, Helcurt struggles against tanky heroes who can survive his burst and counter-attack. He also requires good timing to engage properly, as mistimed skills can leave him exposed. Helcurt's passive, Shadow of Sticks, allows him to remain in powerless state until spotted by enemies, gaining bonus movement speed and HP regeneration if he has an attack. When an enemy spots him, Helcurt gains a huge boost in attack speed and movement speed but leaves powerless state shortly after. If he kills an enemy affected by his skills, a dark fog appears, concealing him inside it. Helcurt's first skill, Hidden Terror, has a passive and active effect. The passive effect allows him to terrify enemies hit, and its cooldown is significantly reduced if this skill is cast in prowler state. The active allows Helcurt to blink to a target location, dealing damage and slowing enemies in the area. Helcurt's second skill, Deadly Stinger, has a passive and active effect. The passive effect allows Helcurt to store one Deadly Stinger every few seconds while in prowler state, or by using basic attacks stacking up to 5 stingers. The active allows Helcurt to fire all stored Deadly Stingers forward, dealing massive damage. This counts as a basic attack but cannot critically strike. Helcurt's ultimate, Dark Knight Falls, summons the Dark Knights, reducing all enemies' vision and preventing them from seeing their teammates for a few seconds. He also gains increased movement speed, making it easier to engage or escape fights. A typical skill combo for Helcurt is to first start with his ultimate to disrupt enemy vision, then blink in with his first skill to engage, follow up with basic attacks to store deadly stingers, then use second skill for a burst finisher. If enemies are still alive, reposition and repeat. Moving on to builds, I usually built Flame Retreat Warrior Boots, Guy Piercer, Corrosion Scythe, Blade of the Heptases, Hunter Strike, and finally Rose Gold Meteor. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, the best battle spells for Helcurt as a jungler is of course Retribution, as it is essential for jungle control and securing objectives. Helcurt excels at quickly eliminating squishy heroes who lack mobility or escape tools. He can easily shut down Layla, Chang'e, and Veil as they rely heavily on positioning and lack instant mobility. His burst damage allows him to assassinate them before they can react, making him a nightmare for fragile backline heroes. On the other hand, Helcurt struggles against tanky heroes who can withstand his burst and lock him down. Fredrin, Beleric, and Katokacha are major threats as they can absorb his damage and counter-attack with crowd control. Once Helcurt is caught, he becomes vulnerable, making it difficult for him to escape or reposition. You should upgrade second skill first for burst damage, upgrade first skill second for mobility and control, and most importantly, upgrade the ultimate whenever available. Helcurt thrives on picking off isolated enemies and disrupting team fights with his ultimate. Always keep track of his passive state, as staying undetected boosts his attack speed and movement speed once spotted. Before engaging, build up stingers with basic attacks to maximize his second skill's burst. Alternatively, your passive will also help you stack up second skill stingers. His ultimate is not just for offense, it can also be used defensively to disorient enemies and escape fights. Avoid tanky heroes who can survive your burst and focus on eliminating backline threats. Lastly, use your first skill wisely. Engage when enemies are vulnerable and avoid diving into dangerous situations blindly.